something about love. Got to watch it bad. If that man gets into your blood, you go out and get him. 'Cause if you want to be always by your side, if you wanted to always think of him, you gotta tell him that you never gonna leave him. Tell him that you're always gonna love him. Tell him, tell him, tell him, tell him right now. 'Cause I know something about love. I got to watch it bad. 'Cause if that man gets into your blood, you go out and get him. 'Cause if you wanted to be always by your side, 'cause if you wanted to always think of him, you gotta tell him that you're never gonna leave him. Tell him that you're always gonna love him. Tell him, tell him, tell him, tell him right now. Ever since the world began, it's been that way for men and women. We're created to make love our destiny. But why should true love be so complicated? 'Cause I know something about love. Got to watch it bad. If that man gets into your blood, you go out and get him. 'Cause if you want to be always by your side, if you wanted to always think of you, you gotta tell him that you're never gonna leave him. Tell him that you're always gonna love him. Tell him, tell him, tell him, tell him right now. Now sing with me. You gotta tell him, you gotta tell him, you gotta tell him, you gotta tell him, everybody, you gotta tell him, you gotta tell him, you gotta tell him.